Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are we today? I just wanted to sit down and do a super cute makeup and chill type of video. So what I'm going to do is just sit down, pull out some of my favourite makeup, do a super cute look, and what I would love is if you guys would do your makeup alongside me. So before we go any further, if you guys have not already hit subscribe, then make sure today is the day that you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. Give this video a big thumbs up and let's get into beating our faces. Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my skin. So I've actually got a new primer that I really would like to try. This is the Water Jelly from Huda Beauty. I've seen this one online. It seems to be getting really good reviews, so I thought I'll give it a little try today. I got this when Boots had like a 20% off Huda promotion, so pick that up. So this is a very kind of wet, watery primer. I've seen a few reviews on it and people seem to really like it. Obviously, you guys know that the Urban Decay All Night Ultra Glow is my like ride or die face primer, so we'll see if this can compete. It does give you a very it's very wet, like it's like putting water on your face. And then the instructions on this actually say, where is it on the thing, on this? On the little card, it says, apply 1 pump.
Really, bitch.
Of primer to clean skin before makeup application. Wait 30 to 60 seconds for the hydrating ingredients to absorb into the skin, activating priming ingredients to provide optimal makeup grip, and then follow with a foundation application as usual. We'll give it 60 seconds, so we'll let that sink in a little second while I kind of set what I'm doing. So like I said, normally my favourite primer is the Urban Decay All Night Ultra Glow. This is like coming to the end of its life. I have a backup though, thankfully. And I also really like the XX Revolution Cloud Primer. That's my other kind of favourite primer that I like to use. So it'll be interesting to see how this measures up. Like I said, it feels really wet in the skin, but it's going kind of sticky, which is what I like in a primer. As you guys know, before the revolution of gripping primers hit my life, I was never the biggest primer fan. I always just thought primers were a little bit of a con, if I'm being completely honest. Didn't think they really did anything. But ones that have got that kind of grip I really like, because I just think they really like go to your foundation and really like hold it on, which is what we really look for in a primer. It feels now it's giving my skin a kind of glow, but not super glowy. But yeah, it's going kind of sticky, so I think it's time that we pop on some foundation. So for foundation today, if you could see, I've done my tan, so I'm a little bit tan right now, which is what we like. So I'm going to go in with my favourite fake tan shade of foundation. So this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. No surprises here. You guys know this is my favourite foundation. And we're going to go in with the shade 51WY. This is a really good shade for when I've got tan on. I'm going to take my Urban Decay Contour Definition Brush, my favourite foundation brush. And we'll just take a couple pumps of my Stay Naked. So just 3 pumps we'll start off with and see how the coverage builds. And as you can see, this is a really nice shade. Fully aware that it's much darker than my own skin tone. However, that's not really a problem, because like you can see, your boy has tanned. I'm going to use a brush because I want to just kind of really work this into the skin. I feel like I'm going to go quite full beat on the eyes today, so it might be nice to give my skin a kind of healthy glow that isn't super full curves. I say that, but we know it's going to escalate to full curve really quickly. I always tend to go for that really full coverage matte look with my makeup, but sometimes it's nice just to kind of let that glow shine through a little bit. I will probably build up the coverage using other products like concealers and stuff, but for an overall base layer, I think that looks cute. So I'm going to go in with some concealer now. I'm going to stick in the Stay Naked family. I'm going to use 2 shades. So I'm going to use shade 40NN, which is 1 full shade lighter than my foundation in a more neutral tone. And I'm going to use that for my main kind of concealer with a little bit of 30NN, which is 2 shades lighter. I'm going to use that just to kind of do a little bit of pinpoint highlighting. I really recently have kind of came away from using that super bright under eye. Like I still like a bit of brightness in my under eye, but I don't like going like crazy like 2-3 shades brighter. Like, you know, I used to be that guy that'd always buy like the lightest shades in concealer, but I just like it to be a little bit more of a nice blend with my foundation, just so that it gives it a really nice kind of flawless base. I will use a little bit of the shade 30 just anywhere that I want to super brighten up. So like my under eyes here seem to be getting really dark lately, so we'll kind of counteract that with a little bit of brightness. That's why I'm sticking with a brush today, because I want to be able to do the majority of my base routine using that brush. And just really kind of press that concealer into the skin. We're not really swiping or anything at this point. It's all about tapping the way you would with a sponge, but you're using a brush. You'll see this has given the under eyes a really nice coverage and a really nice finish. Sometimes I find, especially when you've got like a new beauty sponge, it soaks up like so much product that it goes to waste. So I thought I'll use a brush today just for easiness. So I know I used this in a chat video recently and I really liked it. I'm going to go with my Huda Beauty Tantour again in the shade Light. So I was going to actually use that same contour brush for tantouring, but I thought I might want to go over my concealer later on, so we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to use my little Urban Decay diffusing highlighter brush, and I'm just doing a little tiny bit because, like I said, I'm not going for that full coverage look today on the skin. I can then go in with that beauty sponge and just really start to push that into the skin and hope that I'm not going to take away any foundation. Because like I said, this is a new sponge and they're always the most challenging when they're new. I just find that they can really often disrupt your product, but I don't see a lot coming off onto the sponge, so we should be okay. I don't know about you guys, but see, recently my skin has been so dry. I don't know if it's like the mask wearing, if it's the time of year, but especially my under eyes, they're just so dry at all times. So what I like to do is try and use a little bit less powder than normal, but obviously we're going to be doing like a kind of glam look today, so I'm going to need to powder, so it's a kind of but I actually bought this. I think I've used this in a video before, and I think you guys all said you quite liked it. I picked up from number 7 their Airbrush Away Translucent Finishing Powder. This has been like mad on TikTok. Everyone goes nuts for it. They say it's a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. So I like to just take a little bit of that just now and just really kind of press that into my under eyes. And what that's going to do is just going to set everything in place and give it a really nice kind of airbrush finish. I will probably put down some loose powder later on when I'm doing my eyes just to catch any fallout. But if I wasn't filming a look today and I was just going out and about and I didn't have to worry about fallout on camera, I would probably just use this on its own because it's really nice and under eyes. It's really lightweight. The only thing I'm not sure about is how it would survive like a flash test, but see, it looks really nice and really smooth and really flawless. And then we're going to go in and I'm going to just do a little bit of bronzing on the skin. So I'm going to start off by using the By Beauty Bay bronzer in the shade Caramel. This is just a really nice kind of matte powder bronzer. I feel like I'm on a hunt for a new bronzer recently, because obviously I'm trying to do this thing where I don't set all my makeup with powder and be overly powdered and overly matte, because I just feel like sometimes recently my skin's been looking really cakey. I think because I'm consciously putting on that little bit extra makeup so that my makeup survives under the mask, but sometimes I just feel like I can go a little bit OTT. I'm sure we're all guilty of that, and then my face ends up looking really cakey by the end of the day. So I feel like I need a bronzer that's going to go on really nicely without having to fully set my base in powder. I want one that's not going to like grip. This one does a really nice job. It's very nice. And then just take a little bit down the sides of my nose just to give it a little bit of a snatcheroo. I want a kind of bronzy nose today. And I like to kind of place it down first and then go in and kind of really lightly dust over the edges. I feel like if I start to do these kind of swirling motions right away, it kind of removes the cream product underneath. But if you kind of tap it in first and then go in and press it out, you get a really nice kind of soft blend. And then it wouldn't be bronzer if we didn't go over it with my favourite, my Beat Up Still Missing a Lid Revolution. If you're watching me, you want to start with some PR, and this £3 bronzer that I couldn't just go by myself, feel free. But I'm going to take a little bit of that and just go over the top. And I love this one because I just feel it gives a really nice kind of healthy glow to the skin without being overly glittery. I really like this bronzer. I go on and on about it because I just think that it's so slept on and it's so nice. And then just make sure to take a little bit through the temples as well. You can't forget to extend that contour. Yep. And this is where Allan goes from 0 to 100 real quick when it comes to applying bronzer. So we're going to do a little baby bake. This is not a heavy bake, this is just a baby bake to shape the face. Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Loose Powder in the shade Butter. You guys know this is the ride or die powder in my life. But today I'm going to use it slightly differently. So yeah, rather than using a really heavy bake with a damp sponge and all that, what we're going to use is this Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH10 brush. It's just a little kind of flat, almost like a paintbrush. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like a little flat angle with a slight angle. This one I really have been loving recently, just to do a little bit of snatchery. So what I like to do normally is load it up on the brush like so, but almost on the side of the brush, and then I always tap off the excess onto the lid, just so I've got a little bit of room to work, because you don't want to put on too much of this. If you put on too much, it's going to ruin the look, it's going to be hard to build up. And then all you're going to do is really slowly and very faintly, not a lot, just use that to really start to kind of sculpt the cheekbones a little bit. So we're just going to repeat that step on the nose as well. Okay, so we'll let our bake set. While we'll do that, I'm going to go in and do my brows. I've already went in and fluffed up my brows using my Urban Decay Subversion. You know, this is my favourite brow product. It's not a brow product. I just run some through and then using the side of my brow pencil, just really kind of push it against the skin, just to kind of fluff everything up and hold it in place. What I love about this is that I get no worries about a film mixing with my foundation, and I don't have to worry about my brows falling down during the day either. So it's really great. If you haven't tried it, check it out. And then I'm going to go in and use what is becoming quickly a brow game changer for me, which is the Urban Decay Inked Brow. This I bought a few weeks ago. I have used it every day. I am so obsessed with it. It's a 60-hour brow stain, so it'll give your brows, what, like 3 days, 2.5 days hold. It's a little, kind of, it looks almost like a lip product. You've got your little brush built in. I actually have found that I get a better brow not using the brush, so what I will do is I will just scrape off a little bit of the liquid onto a little kind of metal mixing tray. I use this for all my makeup, so it's pretty used. And then I take a much more firm angled brush, and all I do is load up each side of the brush with that. Lovely noise, I'm such a professional YouTuber. And we're just going to go in and really start to fill in our brows. So if you're someone who likes, say, the finish of a brow pencil, but you find that you're going through it so quickly, and you maybe don't want anything quite as harsh and thick as a pomade, this is that really nice kind of happy medium. So you want to just kind of shape out your brow and then pull the product upwards through the brow. It just gives it that really nice kind of freshly tinted look and a nice kind of sheer background colour for your brows. And my top tip is, if you're drawing like a line to map out your brow with this, is then almost take your little angled brush and just kind of come from above, if you guys can see that okay, and just really start, make sure you're blending that so that there's not a harsh line. And I like to usually stop that about just in line with the edge of my nose. Even though I've still got hair at the front, I'm going to use my brow blade and do little hair strokes with that. Then I'm going to take my Urban Decay brow blade and I'm just going to do my little usual routine consisting of hair strokes. I'm going to take a little bit of my Urban Decay Stay Naked, the darker shade, the 40NN, and we're going to just carve these brows out. So I just take a little bit of that concealer straight off the applicator onto a Zoeva 226 smudger brush. This Zoeva brush has been with me through the wars. It is now permanently ingrained to be super sharp, which is great for carving. And you'll see how doing that, it just kind of highlights the brow bone and it cleans everything up. But we're not going into that territory of using like a white concealer and giving ourselves a super harsh looking, almost drag-like brow curve. Guys, I'm so happy with my brows just now. I kind of feel like maybe I just want to do a body glam today, but that is not going to be any fun for you guys, so we won't do that. So I'm going to just take away that bake now because it's been sitting for so long. And just clean it away. So you'll see, as much as the powder looked a little bit of a hot mess express at first, now when we clean it away, it just kind of helps again with giving the skin a really nice finish to it. And then I'm going to finish the skin off kind of, but not really, because I'm still going to highlight later on. But I'm going to just take a little bit of my Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder, which you guys know I'm obsessed with, and I'm just going to set the kind of centre points on my face. I'm going to use a little bit more powder than what I normally would like because I want to make sure that I'm kind of protecting myself for when we go in and do our eye makeup. We're going to go in now and we're going to prime our eyes for makeup. So I'm going to use my PLouise base in the shade Rumour 03. Usually when I'm doing brighter colours I would use Rumour 02. I just have this vision of what I want, and I want to do pink but I don't want it to be going on against like a white, really white looking base. I want it to be like, I'm not going to say a bronzy pink because that is not what I mean. Okay, so in my head, in my vision, I want to do pink. Pink, 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 pink. So I picked up a couple of my favourite palettes containing the colour pink. I think I'm mainly going to work from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette because it's got some really nice kind of pinks in it. I've also brought over my well loved, well used and well abused Morphe James Charles palette because that's also got some really nice pinks and stuff in it as well. And then I've got a couple other bits as well, but I think mainly I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill palette today. Today I want to do something a little bit more glam to show myself that I can still do it because I think I've not done it in so long that I'm going to lose my touch. So what I want to do, first of all, I'm going to try and do the shape that I want. I'm going to try and use a pencil as a base. So I'm going to take the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade Insomniac, which is a really nice kind of vibrant neon pink, if you guys can see. Really nice, vibrant pink. And I'm going to just use that to map out the shape that I want. So it's going to be quite blown out, it's going to be kind of winged out, but not super winged out, but kind of winged out, we'll see. So I'm going to just start almost drawing a wing. Now you're not really going to see this in the finished look. This is more of a guide for me for my shape. So you're not going to, like I've said 5 million times, I keep telling myself, we're not really going to see this wing in the finished look. This is just so I can kind of map out the shape for myself and see where I want to blend. And we're going to start off by taking the shade Tipsy Girl, and we're going to just use that to almost kind of set that base, that pink shape. Okay, this is not doing what I want. Right, so I'm going to actually just take a little bit more of that pencil and I'm going to line my lower lash line. I forgot I seen a video with Stacey Marie doing this where she actually smokes out the lower lash line first so that it helps her control the shape going on top. And what you'll find is by adding that cream base as your lower lash line colour to start off with, it's going to prime the lower lash line so the colour really grips, but also it really helps you control the shape that we're creating here. The shape that I don't actually know what I'm going to do with, but we move. And then we're going to take the shade Lolly Mama on a slightly fluffier brush and we're going to just use that to start to diffuse that more kind of neon pink. In fact, no, I'm going to just keep focusing on that more neon shade, Tipsy Girl, because I think I want the crease to have a really nice kind of neon pink blend. I'm going to take the shade Stay True and we're going to just use that to start to deepen up our crease. Any sort of plummy, burgundy, deep pink shade will do for this part. It's all about adding a little bit of depth. Okay guys, deep breath, we're going to cut the crease. So I'm going to be taking my PLouise Acid Rain paint in the shade Blank Canvas. It's just a really nice nude cosmetic paint, great for cutting the crease with. And I'm going to start off, I always squeeze out way too much of that product, like I'm going to run out of it so quickly. Right, so I actually like to use like a little angled liner brush just like this. This is a PLouise one from the Acid Rain set, but any sort of angled gel liner brush will do the same thing. It just helps you control the shape as you build it up. So I'm going to start off doing a really awful wing. Use that to start to It doesn't have to be perfect at this point. It's just a guide. You're using that just to really map out the shape of your cut crease. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect at this point. This is more of your guideline before you go in and fill. That's kind of the shape I want. I know it doesn't look fab, but when we go into fill, it will really kind of come together. So I'm going to flip over to a little flat brush. This is another one of the PLouise brushes. This is from one of the little ones that comes in the crisp packet. And we're going to just fill. And when you do this, you then can have the opportunity to go in and clean up that like line going through your eye crease. But you want to focus first of all on getting a really opaque lay down of colour. Okay, that's went from 0 to 100 way quicker than what I thought. So I'm going to just take an angle brush and just kind of go over the edges here. I'm going to take now my Urban Decay Moondust from, this is the Urban Decay Moondust palette. Mine is really old, please don't judge me. I'm going to take this baby pink shade right here, which is called Spectre. It's so nice, like so sparkly. And I'm going to just start to kind of use that with my finger to try and set this base. I'm going to do glitter as well, but this is just to kind of get that base set down. So now that we've done the other eye, I'm not really sure if they match, but again, we move. I'm going to just finish off the top half of the eyelid with some of my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter liner in the shade Grwm, which is a really nice multi-tonal, multi-sparkle baby pink. So I'm going to just load up my lid with this. I want to kind of make sure my eyes are as sparkly as possible. And I want the most sparkle to be in the kind of inner corner of the eye, like this kind of inner area is where I want the most sparkle, and then we can kind of traipse off into the kind of winged out area. Cute. Okay, what I'm going to do is do the glitter on the other eye, pop on some lashes, and I'll meet you back here. I'll probably put a lip on before as well, just because we're already a very long video. Okay guys, lashes are on and I kind of stuck them up just to kind of go for this kind of vibe. I popped on a lip. I've got on Morphe Bite Me lip pencil. I've got on a really pale neutral MAC that I can't remember the name of, and I've got this Revolution XX Revolution Strike lip gloss on. I know I don't always do my lips on camera, but watch this space. We're going to have a top nude lip combos coming your way, so keep an eye for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. But yeah, overall, right, let us look at this look, because I'm kind of shook that this is, obviously, this is very much not the kind of makeup I do every day. It's not makeup you're going to wear every day. This is makeup for Instagram. We're not going to get into the debate about whether Instagram makeup is real makeup or not, because this took me a long time and I'm kind of buzzing over it. Would I wear it every day? No. Am I going to hurry and do this again? Probably not. Maybe for a picture, I don't know. But I just wanted to sit down and play with makeup and do a look that I wouldn't normally do, because right now, what else have we got to do? We're stuck in the house. Bored in the house bored. Let's beat our faces. I just wanted to sit down and play with product I hadn't used before and just do a really nice look. Obviously, the little bit of glitter just helped pop everything off. I know this was a super long video, so thank you for those of you who have stayed with me till the end. I'm really buzzing with how this look turned out. So I'm going to go out and take some pictures of this look, and then I'm probably going to wash it off, because I'm not going to go to Aldi with a full cut crease and a new sparkly lip on, am I? Maybe. I think I'll get some funny looks. But yeah, if you guys like this look, then please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of these kind of looks from me, then let me know in the comments what kind of style, vibe, look, colour combo would you like to see me do next. If you're team soft glam, if you're team bronzy glam, that's fine. There's plenty more where that came from too, don't worry. I wanted to just sit and play with makeup, so that's what we did today. I really like how this turned out. If you liked it too, give it a big thumbs up. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads from me, and make sure to ring the bell while you're there. Also guys, if you are watching this right now, pick up your phone, take a screenshot or a photo of you watching this and tag me on Instagram. I love to see when you guys are watching my looks. So upload a picture, stories if you're watching it, tag me on it so I can repost. I love when you guys tag me when you're watching my videos. It makes me so happy. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok. It'll all be on the screen somewhere. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see more kind of makeup and chills as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.